Let me describe a situation, and tell me if this sounds familiar. Two adults, both college-educated, both working full-time. One earns about $68,000 a year. The other makes $58,000. Together, that's roughly $126,000 a year. On paper, that's solidly upper middle class. That puts them well above the median American household. They should be comfortable. They should be saving. They should feel secure. But instead, they're stressed. They're watching their checking account every week. They don't feel behind, but they don't feel ahead either. One unexpected expense would hurt. Two would be a crisis. And the confusing part is this: they didn't mess up. They did what they were told. So why does a household making over six figures feel this fragile? If you've ever looked at your combined income and thought, "We make too much money to feel this tight," this video is for you. Because what you're experiencing isn't a budgeting failure. It's not a discipline problem. And it's not because you didn't work hard enough. It's something much bigger, and most people never see it until they're already stuck in it. My name is Marcus, and I spend way too much time thinking about how modern households actually work financially, not how we think they work. There's a term for what's happening here. It's called the two-income trap. The idea was popularized by Elizabeth Warren back when she was a Harvard bankruptcy professor long before politics. She studied thousands of families who had filed for bankruptcy, and what she found shocked a lot of people. Households with two incomes were more likely to go bankrupt than households with one. Not less, more. To understand why, we need to rewind for a moment. In the 1970s, the typical middle-class household had one primary earner. Usually, one income paid the bills. And that income wasn't just barely enough. It covered housing, food, transportation, healthcare, and still left margin. Most importantly, there was a backup. If the primary earner lost their job, the second adult could enter the workforce. That second income wasn't required, it was insurance. Fast forward to today. Now, in most households with kids, both adults must work just to maintain the baseline. The backup plan is no longer a backup. It's already in use. Here's where things quietly broke. Yes, household incomes went up, but fixed costs exploded. Housing prices doubled relative to inflation. Healthcare costs increased several 100%. Childcare went from optional to mandatory for working parents. Education costs skyrocketed. So what happened to the second income? It didn't create freedom, it got absorbed. Every dollar. Let's look at this realistically. One partner earns $70,000. The second earns $50,000. That second income looks powerful on paper, but because of progressive taxes, it's taxed at higher marginal rates. Federal, state, payroll, easily 30% or more gone immediately. That $50,000 becomes closer to $35,000. Now add childcare. One child can easily cost $12,000 to $15,000 a year. In many cities, much more. Now you're down to about $20,000. Add commuting costs. Gas, maintenance, depreciation, parking, or even a second car, conservatively, another $7,000 to $8,000. Now we're under $12,000. Then come the exhaustion expenses. More takeout, more convenience services, less time to manage costs efficiently. That can quietly add another $5,000 to $10,000 per year. Suddenly, that $50,000 income contributes very little. Sometimes, almost nothing. Sometimes less than nothing. Here's the real danger. You don't feel poor because your gross income is high. So you make decisions based on that number. Banks qualify you based on both incomes. You buy a house sized for both paychecks. You take on fixed costs that assume nothing ever goes wrong. But life doesn't work that way. If either income disappears, temporarily or permanently, the whole structure shakes. There's no buffer, no margin, no second lever to pull. This is where most advice goes wrong. The answer isn't one person should quit their job. For most families, that's not realistic. The real shift is mental. You stop treating two incomes as permanent, even if they are, and you start building your life so that one income could carry the essentials: housing, transportation, food, insurance. The second income stops funding survival and starts buying flexibility. The families who build real financial security aren't always the ones who earn the most. They're the ones who preserve margin. Margin to absorb a shock. Margin to make choices. Margin to step back when life demands it. Two incomes aren't powerful when they're both fully consumed. They're powerful when one of them is optional.
If this video helped you see your situation more clearly, make sure to like and subscribe, because understanding the trap is the first step to escaping.